The first one is car parking 101. When I first started serving, I would just go and just park wherever. I'd park in the driveway. I'd park and I think this is a really important topic, probably one of the top 10 most important ways to keep yourself safe is how you park your car when you're serving. And so I'm curious if anyone is like, I agree, and then you have a list of things you want to talk about, feel free to raise your hand or chime in.
I could say I never thought of anything about the safe of where I park at exactly. So that's
Yeah, it's
something to
huge.
consider.
It's huge. So, okay, so I'll start it off. So, just to get your gears turning, if you park in a driveway and someone parks behind you, what do you do? What do you do? So, you only know it if you've ever been boxed in, which I have, and they pull in behind you and they go, "You're not leaving in until the cops get here," or whatever. Not that I would leave anyway, but now I'm forced to stay. Yes, they're breaking the law, entrapment. Is it entrapment? One of the laws, yeah, you can't hold somebody against their will, and you could say public arrest or whatever, but when the cops come, they're gonna make the guy take his paperwork, maybe not, but either way, you don't want to be held up there. And then what if they actually wanted to harm you? They don't want to wait for the cops. They actually want to hurt you. You need to be able to get in your car quick. So how you park your car? So a couple of things. One is like parking your car. If the house is here, you want to park on the side of the curb where it is on the side of the house, so you're not having to cross the street. You don't want to have to wait if somebody's following you with the bat, right? And you don't park where the house is here. A lot of people do this because they have a camera. So they'll park like this where they could see the house a little bit. And that's not terrible. It's not a bad. If you could circle around, if you could quickly back out or whatever, like you just have to think about it. When I was in the fire department, we had something that said, this was a long time ago, but I was a volunteer for, I think, 8 years. And they said, and my main job was to drive because I wasn't a paramedic at the time. And so I was just an EMT. And so it was like, whenever you go pull into a fire situation, you have to have at least 2 exit routes. So either backing out is one, but what's the other one? This dude's calling me. Yeah, so you have to have options for how to get out. Now, so that's the point of like passing by the house. So instead of parking this way where you can see the house, park past it on the curb or, next to the curb where you can go and get in your car and drive and have the house in your background, not in front of you. Because if you go get in the car and try to drive off, well, now their driveway's in front of you. They're running out in front of you. You're having to run them over or whatever. Like you want as little confrontation and issues as possible. Like get in the car and get out of there. The other one is dogs. Like how do you deal with if you want to get to your car quick? So how do you get close enough to the house without being in the driveway? Maybe you're in the driveway, but you're not boxed in the driveway. You're actually backed into the driveway. There's been some places where I literally pulled in and then turned around and backed up to the front door and got out, and the front door was right there in front of me. Like, because I serve a lot of rural areas. That's when I was serving all the time. I'd serve a lot of very rural areas. But anybody else have any driving situations where they've been? I could go on for days. There's been so many with my car. I've used my car. My car was like my number one safe. Once I got in my car, yeah, they could bust my windows. I have cracked windshields twice. I got cracked windshields. I got guns pulled on me, and as I'm driving away, they're pointing it at me as I'm driving it away. Getting in the car has saved me more times than I can count.
Go ahead, John.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I understand like the parking, like so that you don't have to go drive by the house. I know a lot of times if I park in front of the house or before the house, me driving past, especially like on a drop serve, I'll see the person come out after I've already gotten to the car, so I'm able to take pictures of them picking up documents. That would be the only thing that sometimes benefits. But I know I park both ways. I park in any directions right now.
As long as you can get away, that's kind of the idea. As long as you can drive off and without being held up. Like another one I never thought of was like parking in a carport where there's like lots of, the apartment complexes that have lots of spaces but they're like a carport situation kind of, and you park inside of it, and then a car could pull in behind you. You can't go anywhere. I had a lady do that, and I was like, you've already been served. Like, you have your documents. I'm just a delivery guy. You can't hold me here. And at that time I had just bought my brand new Prius when I started serving, and I was like, the car I had before that was a Montero, and I would have probably just backed into her. I would have just like, move out of the way or else I'm going to move you. But I did not want to scratch up my car, So
I think for us, we advise our investigators to, like you said, not park directly in front of the house. I never thought about not parking across the street. So thank you for that. Just be aware, don't just blindly go to places. We sit here and we'll check their social media before we head out. We'll Google the address to see what type of community it is. Sometimes we have to go to the hood.
Yeah.
I live in the hood, so and if it's a suburb and it's not really bad, then it's not as scary, but we definitely scout ahead of time before we even drive out to start serving.